YouTube. So I figured I would put a video together of all the recordings I have of my fetal Doppler videos. And before I go ahead and do so, I don't feel like I'm a professional at finding the fetal heart rate. But I have had a decent amount of luck, and I do feel like the more that I've looked for it, which hasn't been a lot, but the more that I do find it, I do feel that I am having very good luck with getting quicker and quicker. So, just to begin, this is my ultrasound. And what I noticed was my baby seems to be, based on this picture only, my baby seems to be basically located more so towards the right of my uterus. So when I've looked at this picture and I've tried finding the fetal heart rate myself, I've always kind of gone a little to my right. And I've had luck finding it that way. So without that picture, I honestly would have been completely looking for the fetal heart rate absolutely in the dark. I wouldn't have had a single clue where to even start looking. So without that picture, that is one of the main reasons why I have been able to find it as fast as I have. And another reason was about the second or third time that I did find it, I actually had my husband take a picture over top of me with my phone to basically lay out exactly where the spot is that I can find it. Without having that picture, I would not have had as much luck as I have as well, because it's usually in the exact same spot, and I kind of look at that picture before I even start looking just to get an idea of where it is. And the further I get along in my pregnancy, I know that it slightly shifts because my uterus is expanding, and the baby also, at this point, at 10 weeks and 3 days, it can be sporadic movement that you obviously don't feel. But these are just a few facts and things that, not facts, but a few tips that I've noticed help me find the fetal heart rate. And I figured I might as well try to find it for you today. I haven't looked for it in about 3 days. I also try not to look for it fairly often because I have only had it happen where one day where I wasn't able to find it twice in a row. And while I wasn't too freaked out, it just kind of was more frustrating for me. So I find the longer that I kind of go without looking, the more I kind of appreciate it, and the easier it is for me, I guess you could say, to find it. But I'm going to go ahead and try to find it for you tonight. It's 1:30 in the morning, and I just went to the bathroom, so I've definitely noticed it's a lot easier to find it on an empty bladder and an empty stomach. So I figured right now is the perfect time to try and find it. I still have some relatively nice curls left in my hair, so I figured I'd make use of this awesome video. I'm currently on my bed, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to find it for you. My personal record, I guess you could say, for the fastest I've found it has literally been about 20 or 30 seconds. And you know what? I've taken as long as about, I'd say, 15, 20, maybe even half an hour. But whenever I do try to find it, I kind of look at the time on my alarm clock over by my bed across the room there, just to kind of give myself X amount of minutes, because I don't really want to try and find it for a long period of time. But at the same time, with looking at my picture, knowing where my baby is located within my stomach, or whatever you want to call it, I have relatively good luck. So if I don't find it, it's okay. However, I felt like this was a perfect time to make this video. So wish me good luck, and I really do hope that this helps someone else, because your baby can literally be located it could be anywhere. But the picture, the ultrasound, and also the picture over top of my stomach that my husband helped me take when I found the exact spot has helped me so much. So those are just some tips and facts, not really facts, tips, because I'm not a professional. I'm just trying to let everyone else know how to find it, because I still find there's so many people on all of the apps and forums that I have for my pregnancy that I just have so much trouble finding it. But honest to God, if I didn't have my ultrasound, I feel like it would take me a lot longer to find it. So I'll stop talking. But these are all the things that have really helped me that I've noticed. And the first time that I ever found it was exactly at 8 weeks, which is relatively early. The earliest that I had ever researched or found, especially online on YouTube, was a girl who had a very informative video, and she found it as early as 8 weeks and 4 days, which I thought was pretty early. But when I found it at 8 weeks, like, I was literally over the moon. I told basically anyone that would listen, I was like, I just can't even believe it, like, 8 weeks, like, it's nuts. But alright, here we go. So thank you again for watching. I'm not a professional. These are just tips that I've basically accumulated. And I've probably found the heart rate about 4 or 5, maybe 6 times. So I've found it a decent amount of times. I'm already 10 weeks and 3 days. So the longer that you are through your pregnancy, the easier it is to find, because the heartbeat is a little bit stronger. But you'll see that in my progression of my Dopplers as well. And you know what? Sometimes you are only able to find your own self, your own artery or placenta or your own heartbeat. But you know the difference because it's so much slower than the baby. The baby's heartbeat literally sounds like a horse galloping. It's so fast. So wish me luck, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. So I'm just about to begin. This is my stomach. That's me. But generally speaking, I look kind of straight down from my belly button, and my baby is usually right around there, kind of right in the crease of my stomach and just above my pelvic bone. I have my shorts down basically as far as I should need it. It's not usually as low as I kind of initially thought, so I think that was one of my problems when I first started. However, as soon as I had that picture over top, it was so much easier to find. So I'm just putting I'm putting the ultrasound jelly on my Doppler before I start it up, because it does make a really loud noise. And now I'm just turning it on. And if you can tell, I usually have it on the second mode, so mode 2 at the very top. I find it detects the heartbeat the easiest. But here I go. Wish me luck. When you start, you kind of... I already found it. You kind of swirl it around a bit. Alright, so I just took a little break because I thought I had found the baby's heartbeat right away. That was mine, however. However, I just found it right beside the spot I was. And that's another way to find it so fast. It's literally right beside yours sometimes, and sometimes they intermix. So this is the baby. Notice how sporadic it literally is. That's why you can never really kind of take the heartbeat per minute too literal. But yeah, see how it's straight down and then just a little to my right. Just barely. And I'll show you just how easy it is to lose it. So, just by a simple, easy movement. Gone, back. Gone, back. And there's mine. So, as you guys can see, it can get really confusing. Especially when you first start. That's why when I found my own, I was like, oh, there's a baby. No, it's mine. I'm just used to hearing it. I'm used to hearing my own heartbeat more than finding the baby. But here it is. It's my baby. See, sometimes it doesn't pick it up. Yay! So glad I got to get this for you. There's me. Literally just next to probably millimeters. The baby's right there. So I just put everything away, but you can also see even right now, I have a circle right here, and that is exactly the spot where I find the baby's heartbeat. So that can help you as well. It's perfectly normal when you're pressing the Doppler, whatchamacallit. That's where I found my baby. Just slightly below my belly button and to the right. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching my fetal Doppler video. Another thing I want to mention is I actually got my fetal Doppler. I bought it off eBay last time I was pregnant, when I basically knew I was miscarrying, but the only thing I could think of was to buy the Doppler just to see if at that time I could even hear a heartbeat. Unfortunately, by the time that I did receive it in the mail, I'd already miscarried, so I kind of packed it up and knew that eventually one day when I was pregnant again, I would definitely be using it. And I can honestly say I have received a lot of relief just by being able to find my own baby's heartbeat. At my first prenatal doctor's appointment, I was kind of told I wouldn't get another ultrasound until 20 weeks. So without my Doppler, I think I would still be a nervous wreck, especially since I am not done my first trimester. I still have a week and a half to go. But I know a lot of ladies who go through miscarriages, they end up buying a Doppler because it is such a sense of relief. You just really have to make sure that you aren't using it all the time, just to give yourself a kind of peace of mind. I kind of have this cool rule for myself that I like to try and wait as long as I can until I start my next week of pregnancy. So I try it every couple days. It just gives me such a sense of relief, but that's another reason why I have it, and that's how I actually got it and why I got it. So there's another reason why, how, who, what, where, but thank you again for watching my fetal Doppler video. And again, I'm not a professional. I just have a couple tips that really helped me find my baby's heartbeat. So, and early on too. I mean, 8 weeks is pretty early. I still see ladies in their 9th, 10th, 11th, even 12th week having trouble finding it, and I just feel so bad because it is such a amazing miracle to be able to find your own baby's heartbeat. And to say that I found the heartbeat myself, and I heard it myself for the first time, it was amazing. Like, my husband was in the other room when I found it the first time because I had tried about 4 or 5 days, not consecutively, just every other day from about, I'd say about 7 weeks, maybe, I don't know, whatever. But I found it, so you're able to find it. It just takes a lot of patience, and I really think my ultrasound picture helped me a lot, and the picture over top. So, alright, I'm going to stop rambling. I'll let you guys go find your baby's heartbeats. It's just a couple tips that I've come across in the last little while. So, have a great night, and thank you again for watching my video. Bye!